All right, we're here for day 22 of the 30-day craft room organization challenge. And I think today might be one of everyone's favorite days, right? Because if you're a stamper, you probably have lots of stamps. And so I want to show you how I get organized with mine and then see how you get organized with yours. So I've actually made some changes based on this challenge, but this is my stamp shelf that I have. And this is a DVD shelf that I found on Facebook Marketplace for like $10, and it was advertised as such, which is great because our Stampin' Up! Stamps come in DVD style cases. So I love it because it has 3 sections, and so I want to show you how I organize my sections. But before I do that, I just want to show you that every time I buy a new stamp, I want to show you that every time I buy a new stamp, I put a sticker in the top right hand corner with the price that I bought it. And that is important because if you ever go to sell it later, for example, my team has an annual retired sale. This year it's going to be on May 31st in Fishers, Indiana. But when we have that retired sale, we sell everything at 50% off the retail price. And so therefore it's important to know how much you bought it for. And it's a big pain to look it up later. So I always do it as soon as I buy it. The other thing I do is if it is a Christmas or a holiday stamp, I put a little green dot on the side, and that just makes it easy to find as I'm going through looking for something holiday related. Okay, now I want to show you how I organize my shelf, and this has actually been revised based on this challenge. But in the left-hand column, I have them now labeled. It says retired for sale. So these are all the stamp sets that I have that I am ready to part with. And if it has a rubber band on it, it's grouped together with a die set. I have all of these for sale on my website, handstampedbycheryl.com. And I have them available for you to either pick up at my house for no charge, or you can pay for shipping. These are the same sets that are going to go with me to my team's annual retired sale in May. Then this middle column is the retired not for sale. And as you can see here, I just added some dividers. I'm going to put some labels on them. But over here are my demonstrator and like angel policy stamps. In the middle are my alphabet stamps. And these are my planner stamps. Then moving down, these are just all the stamps that I'm not quite ready to part with. You can see here there's some like wood ones that we don't sell anymore, and the old green style cases, right? But these are ones that I'm just not ready to part with yet. Okay, and then the top right column is labeled current. And because I teach classes, I only use current stamps in my classes. And each section, just so you know, is alphabetized. That has a relatively newer change, but I used to keep them more by theme, and that just wasn't working for me. So now that I have them all inventoried, and we'll talk about that in a couple days, but it's easy for me to come find what I need because everything is alphabetical. Now, there is another divider that I need to label right there, but that separates the stamp sets that I've already used in a class with the ones that I haven't used in a class. So when I'm getting ready to plan my next April classes, this is the bunch that I will pull from in planning. Then down below, I've got stamps from kits and paper pumpkins, which we will be talking about in a future challenge. But before we wrap up for today, I want to tell you one more thing to think about as we organize our stamps. So you may or may not know, but Stampin' Up! Has recently changed the way that they retire their stamps, or all products for that matter. With the addition of online exclusives, these are products that come out online only. So you won't find them for sale in a catalog, but these are released every 2 months and they are while supplies last. So it makes it a lot more challenging to, like the good old days where you used to just wait until a catalog retired and then you could pull off what is retired and move it over to the correct section. Now we have a discontinued list. And so you basically have to look on that list, and as soon as it hits that list, you know it's retired and you can move it on your shelf. So I just want to give you an encouragement. If you're a hobby demonstrator or you're a customer, you might not care about this at all. But if you are a demonstrator, obviously we want to keep organized on what's current and what's not. And so the best way I found to do this is just to go to the Stampin' Up! Website. So stampinup.com, and you can go through, this is my current section, right? I can just type in autumn leaves, and if it doesn't show up in the online store, then it's retired. And so I know to move it over to this section. I guess now the decision is, am I ready to sell it or am I not ready to sell it, right? But this is the process that I go through at least once a year, but now I could potentially go through it a couple more times per year if I want to. But any case, just give you some encouragement, even though there's not a carryover list or a retiring list like there used to be. Now you can just type in the name of the stamp set, and if it doesn't show up in the store, then it's retired. Anyhow, spend the day organizing your stamps, and can't wait to see how you organize yours over in the Stamp with Cheryl Facebook group. See you tomorrow.